We've all heard that whole, oh honey, just relax, you'll get pregnant, you're just too stressed. And then you're like, right? Right. Let's talk about what is actually happening in your body with stress. Hi ladies, and welcome to Fertility Mom. My name is Rose, and if you want natural, evidence-based fertility tips, tricks, and secrets on how you can get pregnant faster and easier, then subscribe to my channel and hit the bell so that you're notified when I upload videos every week. Today we're going to be talking all about how stress affects your body and your fertility. Turns out it can affect you quite a bit. If you stay tuned to this entire video, you're going to learn about how it affects your body, how it affects your fertility, and what you can do to overcome it. Knowing this information can actually make your trying to conceive journey much more enjoyable, and you can feel much more empowered through it. You're going to hear me talk about this a lot in my videos because it's super true, but optimal health means you have optimal fertility. The greater your overall health is, the better your fertility will be. So our goal is to get you as healthy as you can possibly be through all of these different lifestyle and diet factors that we're going to talk about so that your fertility can be at its best. Stress actually can really bust up your fertility because it affects your overall health. Let's talk about it from an evolutionary standpoint. The stress response is great. The stress response is actually something that keeps you alive, but evolutionarily it was supposed to keep you alive if a lion was chasing you, which we don't really have that happen a lot now. What would happen is your brain would perceive danger and it would flood your body with a whole bunch of stress hormones. You'll recognize one of them called cortisol, which is probably the most common one we talk about. Now, cortisol and these other stress hormones cause your body to go into the fight or flight response, which is survival mode essentially. And it does a whole bunch of things throughout the body, like it shunts all of your blood to your extremities so that you can actually run. It increases your energy, heart rate, and blood pressure so that you can actually fight. And it does all of those things without you even having to think about it. And sometimes it does all of those things before you even realize what's going on. And again, this was so that you could actually survive something like a lion attack, or at least run from it. Now that stress response hasn't changed, and you're not being chased by a lion. Maybe we're sitting in traffic, we're late to work, or we got into a fight with our spouse, or if you have kids already, maybe they're just being kids. But whatever the reason is, if you have a lot of stress in your life, 1 or 2 times a day is fine. But if it's chronic stress over and over, and that stress response is getting dinged every few minutes, your cortisol is being run through your body all the time, you can actually get a lot of ill effects from it. One of the most important things that you should know is that cortisol is called a steroid hormone. And the other hormones in your body that are steroid hormones are estrogen, progesterone, and in men, testosterone, though we have a little bit. So if your body is constantly making and releasing cortisol, what it's actually doing is it's not making estrogen and progesterone in the amounts that your body would need to have full fertility. And here's why. If your body thinks it's in survival mode all the time, your body's not going to want to get pregnant. It actually thinks that it needs to be in survival mode, and you're not going to be able to carry a baby in whatever environment you're in. See, the stress hormones are your body's signal. Your brain is signaling your body that you're living in an environment that is not conducive to having a baby. So that's what these hormones are doing. And your fertility is suffering. But I don't want you to stress about stress. That's what I did. I actually started, when I learned all of this stuff, I was like, oh my God, I think I'm stressed. Am I stressed? I'm stressing about stress. I'm stressing about stress. Don't do that. Don't stress about stress. That's not the way to go. What you want to do is you want to learn how to manage your stress in ways that can actually help you live your life and have optimal health and fertility. We can't avoid stress. We live in a modern world. We work, we have families, we have, dogs that need surgery. I have a dog that just had surgery, so that was stressful. But you have these things. You have stress, and it's okay. You're not going to run to the side of a mountain and just live there. You're just going to have to learn to deal with the stress. Actually, maybe we could even see stress as something that's good. There are some studies out there that talk about how people who adopt the mindset that stress can actually be good have better effects and are better able to manage the outcomes of that than people who have a stress is debilitating mindset, which means if anything even slightly stressful happens, they think the end is coming. They're unable to manage it. So let's have a stress is enhancing mindset. Let's think of things as, okay, this is okay, I can manage this. The main thing that you can do to help manage your stress, though, is meditation. And I probably heard it before, but it is actually really, really true. Meditation helps lower your blood pressure, it helps lower your heart rate, it helps flush your body of all of those chemicals, it gives your body a rest from it. And it makes you much more conscious of everything. It makes you much more mindful of your surroundings, of your body, of your life. And research has shown that when you meditate and you become more mindful and more conscious of everything, you are actually decreasing stress and living a more enjoyable, empowered life. So that's really what stress does to your body and to your fertility. And it's really important to not get stressed about stress. That's not why I'm doing this. This is actually going to be a video that I do in a playlist of videos about stress. But what I really want you to take from this is that yes, stress affects your fertility, but it doesn't have to affect it as much as people would lead you to believe. You actually have control here. You can actually affect this more than anything around you. So I encourage you, if you're feeling like this whole conceiving thing is taking so much time and you're frustrated or you're angry and the job is stressful and everything else is stressful and you're just feeling like, okay, yes, maybe stress is a problem for me, take a minute, take a deep breath, and just say, okay, I got this. I can do this. Now, if you're new to meditation, you don't have to sit down and have like a 45-minute woo-woo session. You can just do like 2 minutes. 2 minutes actually can make a difference, and I'm not lying to you. There is actually research evidence that shows meditation helps, and it doesn't have to be for a really super long time. So if you're brand new to it, I recommend you just sit down in a nice quiet spot, get comfortable, and just close your eyes. Close your eyes, take a few deep breaths, and what you're supposed to be doing during that time is being mindful, which means paying attention just to your breathing. Notice how you're breathing in and how you're breathing out. Notice how the air moves through your nose into the back of the throat. Notice how your chest will rise and fall. Notice that you can actually feel the clothes on you. When you become more mindful of things, you actually notice things that your brain usually, it just doesn't even pay attention to. And during that time, your body will start to release some of those stress hormones, and you will start to actually regain a much more mindful pattern. So that's something I encourage you to try out. It will actually make a difference in this whole thing, I promise you. So while stress can be useful and empowering, you can use meditation to help you respond to stress in certain ways at certain times. You have the control to decide when and how you react to stress. Okay, ladies, I hope you learned a lot from that. Check the links down below where you can head to my website and get the free 5-step fertility boosting guide. I have lots of great tips in there for you. And make sure you subscribe to my channel, hit the bell, because I upload new videos every week. I'll see you in the next one.